you are connecting us from. I would like to welcome you again to the C Connector Angel Co-Investment Fund Demo Day #1, which is happening today. The C Connector Angel Co-Investment Fund operates on Central European level and builds bridges for early stage investments, closing the gap between the free F and venture capital funding in this territory, which is usually something between 75,000 euro and 1 million euro. And this is the first demo day that is bringing you the first event of this series that will connect startups, business angels, and other relevant stakeholders, such as the providers of public support and industry representatives. The C Connector Angel Co-Investment Fund is led by us, DEX Innovation Center, from the Czech Republic, and we operate through partners now in other 5 Central European territories, including Poland, Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, and Germany. Through the C Connector Angel Co-Investment Fund, we are facilitating co-investments of multiple business angels locally, but also internationally within the territory into startups, and also find further leverage from public providers to the startup themselves. Now, while startups can benefit from early stage investment, further public support, industry experts, and the whole matchmaking process facilitation, the business angels themselves will get constant monthly lead pipeline across the Central European countries, connections to other business angels from other countries, investment support services from us, and also access to public support schemes locally. Now, if you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to reach out to me or any of my 2 colleagues, Lorna and Evgeny, who are in daily touch with startups and business angels respectively, or feel free to visit C Connector Angel Co-Investment Fund website or social media for more details. But to give you a broader perspective, let me also tell you very quickly about DEX Innovation Center, who, as Lorna said, is the creator and main leader of the C Connector Angel Co-Investment Fund initiative, because our mission is to improve society through digital innovation and research. We are focusing primarily on 4 main pillars of activities. One of them is raising the funds. Second is co-creation of new products and innovations. The third is building technological teams and startups. And the last one is education. To tell you a little bit more about these 4, let me first go into the fundraising, where in the last 8 years, we are able to get funds of 28 million euros for 14 large-scale projects. To tell you a little bit more details about the co-creation, in the last 8 years, we are also able to be part of more than 10 innovations, 30 products, and 6 enabling ecosystems in the whole Europe. And when we talk about the different stages of the co-creation process where we are involved as the Innovation Center, we are talking about different stages of the whole process, including the first stages of user-centered design, user acceptance testing, through piloting, capitalization, and exploitation. On top of that, we are also involved in the whole management procedure of creating the new invention. When it comes to build activities, we are working predominantly with technological teams and startups. We currently have more than 70 alumni startups in our portfolio from past programs and events who raised 3.6 million euro. And this portfolio includes startups like Whalebone, Sempia, InnoCure, or Tesla Medical, who won some other prizes also on the European level and got those investments. In terms of the different stages of work with startups, we work primarily in 4 stages. We build awareness in the ecosystems through participating on Startup Europe Week and different kind of roadshows among the cities and the startups. We also organize specific identification events and programs like EIT Jumpstarter, hackathons, innovation days, and boot camps. We also have our own acceleration programs called DEX IC Accelerator and for Digital Health, which is especially focused on digital health startups. As you know, now we are also running the C Connector Angel Co-Investment Fund. We are part of V4 Startup Force initiative, which actually connects startups from the Visegrad countries together with corporations and SMEs in the same territory in a matchmaking sales process. And we are also promoting and pushing Czech startups to acceleration programs of InnoEnergy and EIT Health. Following our own programs, we are also in touch with the startups through an alumni program where we are trying to support them even further. The last pillar of activities the DEX Innovation Center actually focuses on is education. In terms of education, we focus primarily on digital skills, social entrepreneurship skills of different age groups of people. But what we are trying to focus on is to work with generations that we call generation ready. Those people of different ages that don't look at the problems around them as threats or problems, but rather as business opportunities. We currently have 12 core people in the company, including myself and other people that you will meet during this demo day, like Lorna and Evgeny. But of course, we will not be able to make this on our own. Therefore, we have a network of more than 70 international mentors and experts all over Europe, but also outside, who are helping us to run our activities in our 4 main pillars. We are also the only Czech institution who is representing 2 great European initiatives called EIT Health and InnoEnergy, so supporting students, researchers, and startups and other businesses in the innovation sector of health and energy. And in the past years, we were able to work with quite famous other companies that you can see on the slide here as well. Feel free to follow us for more details. And this is actually all from me regarding the C Connector Angel Co-Investment Fund and DEX Innovation Center as a start of this demo day. And I'll be very happy if you can enjoy the first C Connector demo day, which is starting right now. So enjoy, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. So at this point, I would like to give a warm welcome to all of the teams. Our last team just arrived, so that's awesome. So guys, if you could just give a wave and say hello. We have here Oscar Senior. I'm going to refer to you only by first name, Tomáš. Oscar Senior.
Yeah, hello everybody. Do you want me to start presentation or?
We're just doing a quick hello and then we'll go into the pictures.
So quick hello from the north of the Czech Republic, small city in the middle of nowhere called Jeseník, but very beautiful, by the way.
Thanks. Great. Andre, VRICU, welcome.
Hi. Virtual hello to everyone.
Thanks. Martin, Blackshaw, StreamBee. Martin.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hi, Martin. Good evening. GoodAccess, Michael.
Hello, everyone. Warm welcome to this beautiful virtual place. Looking forward for everything we experienced today. Nice to meet you.
Cool, sounds good. Zolt of things for you. Did I get that right? I'm sorry.
Just call me Oleg. It's a Russian name, and it's easier to pronounce in English and in the international languages, because Zsolt is Hungarian name, and the Hungarian language sucks. You cannot pronounce this type of names, and no one can learn the Hungarian language. So it's very unique, and greetings from the beautiful Budapest.
Thank you, Oleg. Okay, Jeff of Mosaic.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. Nice to be here.
And Zoltan of roboGaze.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello, Zoltan. Okay, great. So let's kick things off with the pitches. Just a reminder, the format is 5 minutes, and then and I will keep track of time as well as the teams on their side. And we're starting this evening with Oscar Senior, Tomáš, and I'll give you the rights.
So may I share my screen, or you're going to?
Yes.
Yep. All right, we'll try.
So, and then we'll do 3 minutes Q&A, and please, for the Q&A, post any questions that you have into the chat, and I will moderate that. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll go. Okay. No, nope. Once again, sorry.
Yes, that's your.
This is it. So let me get started. All right. So I'd like to introduce you, Oscar Senior, the elderly health platform, as we call it. And we are focusing to help care providers, actually senior care providers, to do a better and more efficient care. As you know, the aging population is one of the biggest world's challenge, and it brings actually, or it comes with many other small challenges, like not enough people to have in the workforce, and fear of technology, and very difficult communication with people who are getting older because of issues to get them placed in the right spot. The biggest issue of the care providers, or biggest issues of the care providers, are their inefficiency, especially with the time, because today they're spending almost 40% of their time by either traveling or spending with visits, which takes 15 minutes or less. And this is just a beginning. Of course, with the COVID time, it brings in new challenges like socialization, communication, remote care, etc. We are covering that as well. We are bringing a tool which is very easy to use, remotely managed, and very understandable for elderly people. It's managed from care providers and brings them tools to communicate with their clients, as well as check them remotely, connect them with the families, and potentially support them with the services they provide, and thus provide either better care. We're a platform. We connect not only our internal tools, but also other external tools like e-health or education services. We can connect external sensors. So we trying to support each individual client of the care provider, and thus help them to really provide and scale their business, because nowadays they might figure out, or they might face the issues with those lack of resources, etc. We're actually connecting like a free key edges or key stakeholders. Care providers are on the top of that, but and then their seniors and their clients are another part of it. However, the family and friends is also important, so we are allowing to connect them all, and thus automatize the communication among those free edges. We are an open platform with a device agnostic platform, which gives us a lot of advantages. So we are not related to any hardware. We work on any kind of smartphone or tablets, as well as, of course, on desktop. We are fully customizable either on the client's end, which is important and can be remotely managed, but also on the customer's end, which is care provider side. So with many features and tools, we can really customize and direct and focus on the direction they are working on. We are already on market. We focus on UK and US. However, we are also getting finally customers from the European Union. They all globally have the same issues, and our primary customers are home care providers, senior organizations, or local governments, which are actually provides that care who finance that care from the public money. We are looking for €1 million for 15% of equity to grow our or to enter the new markets. We work with partners as well as, of course, we do a direct sales on those markets I mentioned. And our basic business model is at 10 euros per account, which means per client, per end client. That's the basic model. We have a very experienced and international team. We have 5 nations actually within the team nowadays, and except me, we have a Dutch guy who is responsible for sales and came with the huge experience from the global companies, as well as we have our own development team, of course. So we are not allied to any other company. We have, our history. We went over several achievements, and the biggest one I would mention is that we have been announced as or recognized as a key tool for the British senior society. I'm ending up British society. So now we are actually the key tool for the British seniors. We have dozens of the customers and partners all around the world. We are working with one I can mention is also that we are supported by Google directly, and we've spent 10 months in Warsaw. Please let me know if you have any further questions.
Thank you very much, Tomasz. So now I would like to open the floor, and that will be via chat to allow anyone who's here with us today to ask questions.
Tomasz, maybe I'll 2 obvious questions, which I think everyone has. One is, what are your revenues now? And how did you really achieve the traction? Because it sounds like you've got great sales traction, but it was very unclear how you achieved that.
Thank you for the question. Actually, we are on the market for about a year, a little bit less than a year officially with the business platform, but we previously did a business to customers, so that's where we got an experience. So, however, the business solution or enterprise solution now, it's the key product, and we are growing 2-digit number per month to month, which is good. We are now more than 5K, between 5 and 10K revenue in euros per month. And the traction is that, of course, we do the direct sales, so we are gaining our customers directly. Majority of them came to us, which is good. Also because of COVID, this is a great marketing for us this time. However, we also do have partners. It especially works in the US, in the UK, where our partners, system integrators, are actually offering our solution with some other concepts. So, for example, the Welsh government is, or the Welsh county is actually today one of the biggest clients. So we have like these 2 sales strategy or verticals, I would say.
Thank you.
Tomasz, I missed what is a business model, because you have care providers.
It's a simply software as a service. So 10 euros per end user, which is a senior per month. Typically the senior provider has like between, let's say, at least 50 those clients, but in majority cases more than 500. Of course, it's not going that they immediately enroll 500 clients. It goes step by step, but this is how it usually works. I mean, this is the business model.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Also, maybe, sorry if I missed that. I'm pretty sure that I met similar solutions a couple years ago. So I didn't see if you compared somehow with like this, if it was competitive analysis in the slides. So can you elaborate a bit? Where are you on this map?
Yeah, of course, there is a competition. The biggest one and the global one is the GrandPad from the US. the issue I would say they have that they work only on specific Android device they build, so they are not scalable at all. You have to buy it for like $800, and you have no options to actually scale it and use whatever device. So that feature that we are device agnostic, which takes us more than 7 years of development. It's crucial for that. There are also other local players, like there is a company in Germany, but also available only on Android. There is a company in the Netherlands, also available on Android only, and that's where we have an advantage. And another advantage we have, as we are fully customizable, we are very flexible in to entering new market in terms of languages. It takes us like 2 or 3 days to get it into different language, which means that, for example, we have Japanese version already, we have Chinese customers. We also are now available for Israel. So, I can even use it because I cannot read it at all, but it's possible. So we are very flexible in that sense. That's our advantage.
Thank you, Tomasz. That is all that we have time for, and we appreciate all of your
Thank you very much.
Insights. All right, so VR ICU, Andre is up next, and
Thank you.
I'm sharing the rights, so you may go ahead.
Okay, so hi, my name is Andre and I am a co-founder of Virtual Lab. In Virtual Lab, we implement virtual reality where it helps people and where it makes sense. At the beginning of the year, we decided we wanted to help in the healthcare. In the beginning of the year 2020. And it was probably bound to happen because in the spring of 2020, a COVID started and the heads of the ICUs all over Czech Republic said that they have enough devices and beds for patients, but they are not sure if they will have enough qualified staff. And since then, this problem has only deepened. Therefore, we decided to start working on a VR ICU project, a virtual intensive care unit in which you can simulate and train various scenarios that you may encounter in ICU. Here you can see what such training looks like. You can put on your VR headset, choose a scenario, and then you will appear in front of a patient where you can train everything you need in a one-to-one replica. First, we needed to verify that the idea of VR is not too crazy for the Czech healthcare system. So we talked to the experts in the field and collected 9 signatures of interesting people from different parts of the healthcare who confirmed that it makes sense. And why did they confirm it? Because they tried it. You will immediately understand that VR ICU makes sense when you try it for yourself. The main advantages of the VR ICU are a real and credible experience, a safe environment in which you cannot injure yourself or the patient, and that you have it always available to use. And thanks to that, you can train the procedures at any time and as many times as you want. The application is aimed at a medical staff in hospitals, medical students, and simulation centers where they need such an application. The application itself also makes sense from a financial point of view. For example, the training of a team of 10 doctors can cost on average 760 euros for 1 day. In contrast, one VR headset with VR ICU license costs 600 euros per month. The whole application is developed by Virtual Lab and its team, which has been working together for 3 years and has other successful projects in VR. The biggest strength is the connection of business, technical, and human aspects. We are currently creating the first agreements with hospitals, universities, simulation centers, and medical device manufacturers. Here, for example, we have the first feedback from the doctor who tried the application and was totally excited about it. We are currently looking for an investor with experience in entering foreign markets. We need the investment to speed up the development process, to create a study of confirming the effect of the VR ICU, and to sell the first 100 licenses. From a financial point of view, the application makes sense thanks to the fact that on the Czech market, there are 190 hospitals, 89 medical high schools, and 10 medical high faculties. In 2020, we managed to complete the demo containing first 3 devices. At the same time, we entered into our first partnerships, and in the beginning of the year 2021, we attended a conference to raise awareness of our application and made a first deal with a medical device manufacturer to use their sales team to present VR ICU to their customers. We are currently asking for the investment of 260 euros to help us develop the app, create a study, and sell for first 100 licenses. In 2022, we are already planning to enter foreign markets and implement AI into the application. Why does the investment make sense? Revenues after the first 2 years, assuming 100 licenses sold with gradual sale, greatly exceed the original investment of 260 euros. We are therefore looking for a capable partner who can invest in the first phase of our application, and after successful validation on the Czech market, help us with entering German and Polish markets for better and worse. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you very much. So I would like to open the floor now if there are any questions for Virtual Lab, VR ICU. Andre? Feel free to pop those into the chat, or if you have a question, we can also open the mic.
If I can, Andre. Okay, so we have a question from David.
Yes.
Okay. So why Polish and German markets? It's because of their size. I have it in my presentation. I'll show it to you. So in Germany, there's 1,925 hospitals, and in Poland, there's 800. So it's way much bigger markets than Czech market. Also in Germany, it's because of the buying power, because they have money. But we expect that usually German markets don't let East entrepreneurs to enter that easily. So we are already counting with Poland, because we already have negotiated with some partners there.
Do you think you have? Yeah. Question from Victor.
Yes. So what does your competition look like, and how are you better?
Okay. So for our competition, there are other companies that aim their VR products to the healthcare area, but none of them focus on ICUs, and none of them focus on the devices, medical devices. So usually they just let the medical staff to train some generic scenarios. What we do is that we teach them how to use certain devices from from the manufacturer. So they learn at the exact same device, and they learn at the exact same way they should use it. That's why our trainings are also certified from the device manufacturers. They tell us exactly how the training should look like for the medical staff to know what to do.
Okay. Thank you very much, Andre.
Thank you.
Okay, so next we have StreamBee, Martin Baksha, and I will and let me. Yes.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. So let's get started. Hi, my name is Martin Blokša, and I'm co-founder and CEO of StreamBee. StreamBee builds actionable insights for streamers and for influencer marketing. Live streaming industry has been growing tremendously together with gaming and esports, and in 2020 it grew by 81% in the amount of watched hours year over year. The largest platform, Twitch, has now almost 10 million people streaming to it every month, and 1.5 million of these streamers are already able to make money and revenue by streaming. And this number has tripled since 2019. So we are looking at 5 to 10 million streamers streaming and making money from streaming in the upcoming years. Other streaming platforms like YouTube Gaming also grew by more than 100% in watched hours, and Facebook Gaming actually grew by 166% year over year, 2019 to 2020. The problem there is for all these streamers is that with more and more people watching, more eyeballs, there's more people who want to stream. And the platforms are now becoming very saturated and it's difficult to grow. And 99.9% of streamers actually do not know what to do, what actions to do, what change in order to grow their streams. At the same time, the tools that exist on the market are very high level and shallow. They just give you some numbers, but they don't really explain what those numbers mean or how you should work with them. And last but not least, with the market maturing and now some of the creators being worth millions, there is now greater need for professional tools such as business intelligence on the market. And that is where StreamBee comes in. We empower streamers to make informed decisions based on actionable insights. And what we do, we answer questions they might have, like, which game should I play on Mondays if I stream in between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. to get the most viewers? Or how many followers will I be able to get if I decide to stream Fortnite per hour? And by answering questions like these and translating the data into actionable tips, we help streamers to grow faster and make more money. Our data engine provides best-in-class insights for both the streamers and the brands. And that's where the money comes in. There are brands, both endemic and non-endemic, who are looking to find the right fit for the campaigns, to work with them for influencer marketing. And we, since we're analytics focused, we understand and know the streamers the best. And also we understand and have the best data about their audience. And using these, we're able to find the best fit for the brand to deliver the best results. And for that, we take our cut. Influencer marketing is now projected to be $26 billion market by 2025. And what really sets us apart, on top of having a lot of data, is the fact that we're able to work not with just the big streamers, but also bundle a bunch of smaller streamers who, by default, actually deliver better results and have higher engagement rates. What streamers really care about is growing their audience and making more money. And that is exactly how we're going to get them. What we're building is the analytics, which by default is very sticky and almost works as a vendor lock-in mechanism. And in order to accelerate our growth and speed of user acquisition, we're building a bunch of smaller products that will serve us as user acquisition experiments and bring the streamers into our ecosystem, and then we'll lock them in with the analytics that will provide continuous value. In the end of the day, we are just a bunch of nerds building stuff for other nerds. And at the same time, we're professionals. Personally, I'm combining experience of streaming. I've streamed since 2015. I experienced what it is to stream to more than 1,000 people watching me at the same time, which is probably like a big sold out concert hall. And professionally, I've done product management for over 6 years, building and creating products for companies like IBM, SAP, or MolCZ. Our second co-founder is Matej, who I actually met 15 years ago playing a video game. And he's one of the best marketers in Slovakia. And he's a head of marketing for B2B SaaS company with over $6 million annual revenue. And last but not least is Jakub, who is combining experience from engineering, esports, and startups, who's our third co-founder, technical one. And then we also have advisor AJ, who is co-founder and CEO of Live, which builds VR tools for streamers. We are launching our first product in next month, and the analytics will go out in Q2 or Q3. We are looking to raise 400,000 euro, and we are at advanced stage of fundraising. Already have some offers from one Czech fund for 250,000 euro. So depending on how that goes, we'll be either looking to raise all the money through CE Connector ACIF.
5 minutes.
Out of it. Yeah, thank you so much, and join us on our mission to help streamers grow.
Thank you, Martin. So now we would like to open up the floor for any questions. And I'm sorry that I kind of had to cut in there.
No, that was the end anyway, so.
Did you have anything else that you wanted to add? Okay, great. So do you have any early adopters, and what's your marketing strategy to get first users?
Okay, so we do not have any early adopters yet. However, we already have built a community of streamers where we have over 1,000, I think it's now 1,300 streamers who are exactly having this problem of trying to grow and don't know what to do. So we are starting by actually building a workshop and helping them to grow through content, which later will be translating into actionable tips inside our tool. When it comes to the cut, for the streamers, it will be basically free, and from the influencer marketing, we'll be taking 10 to 20% cut. However, our strategy is first acquiring a lot of streamers and then entering the B2B. So we won't be entering the influencer marketing for about the next year. First, we want to build up a strong user base and collect a lot of data, and then use this to enter the market, basically as our unfair advantage compared to the other solutions that already exist on the market. And that kind of leads in toward the friction, which is about the competition. So like all these projects I mentioned, the platforms, right, they're owned by big players. You know, we have Twitch, which is owned by Amazon, we have YouTube, which is Google, and then you have Facebook Gaming. And all of them do some sort of analytics as well. But our differentiation is we don't just focus on the analytics that happen on the platform. We look at the whole life, basically whole career of the streamer. So we look at how their YouTube video is performing, how their streaming performing, how their tweets are performing, how is their TikTok doing, to really help them grow their whole content creation career, which none of these platforms will ever do. They will never step outside of their platforms.
Thank you, Martin. Any other questions? Give us a feel for numbers of streamers.
So I had some numbers in my pitch deck. So there, as I said, like every month there's now about 10 million, potentially more than 10 million streamers streaming, and 1.5 million of them actually make money by streaming. For most of them, it's still a side thing, so it's not a primary source of income. There would be, I would say, about 50,000 streamers who just stream and do nothing else. But both these numbers continue to grow very fast. As I said, for example, compared to 2019, the number of the hobby streamers making money has tripled.
Great. Thank you, Martin. That's all we have time for. Okay. Now we're going to move on to GoodAccess. Michael.
Hello, everyone again.
Čížek.
Čížek,
sorry.
I understand. No problem.
Almost. Yes, you have the permission. Yes. Okay, great.
Thank you. Again, my name is Michael Čížek, and today I want to introduce our new product, GoodAccess, which helps business teams around the world with secure remote access and business systems protections, especially necessary in this age of home office. Home office, the current situation with Corona pandemic lockdown just boosted the trend of home office and remote collaboration. And people around the world loved working from their favorite places even before the pandemic, but it's boosted by pandemic at the moment. And today the home office was the only alternative for many of us. I'll be talking about the cybersecurity, because GoodAccess is cybersecurity product. And on this slide, I want to show you how the GoodAccess complements with antivirus to protect the next generation on cybersecurity protection for business teams. 20 years ago, the only protection started like antivirus software, which protects device where all data and everything was located on computer and computer hard disk. People today work from home office, and the companies move their business systems out of the local networks, out of the devices to the clouds, and everything is remote. So there is necessary protection of network, because company lose the connection of network where the employee works and the network where the data and business systems are located. So the GoodAccess has this field for protection network and business systems. In combination with antivirus, it covers all the cyber security for small business teams. The most of the companies today use the VPN, mostly hardware VPN, and this approach is really legacy because it's very complicated when the people work from many locations, many devices, and the systems are spread around clouds and multiple branches. The next generation of this network security approach is based in cloud. And as the Gartner mentioned in their report from 2019, the future of network security is in the cloud. And this expanding market segment they called SASE, which stands for Secure Access Service Edge. And we have a SASE product. It's called GoodAccess, and it's very special because it's hardwareless. It works completely in cloud, and therefore it's very easy to deploy, easy to manage, and easy to use. There is no hardware, so you can deploy it in a matter of seconds or minutes anywhere in the planet. And the manager of the company can manage all this, the access management and network security for the company from one intuitive dashboard. And the employees can work with just one application client, which puts them into the secure network where they can access all company systems by one single click in the application. This way, company can save a lot of resources and money, because they don't need IT experts to configure each device for VPN on remote access. Everything is automatic and easy. So how about the market looks like? The SASE market is expected to grow by 2024 to $11 billion around the globe. And the GoodAccess is aiming to the small business sector, where there's the small competition at the moment, because all these big companies are focusing on enterprise sector. So we focused on small business and medium business companies, and we have the product focused on this market because it's very easy. You don't need IT expert, you don't need anything else than two components, and everything is hardwareless. So let me introduce my team. We are three founders, me, my brother, and Jirka. These founders are, we are network security engineers and the software engineers, good combination for this product. And this year we brought in Arthur Kane, who has more than 6 years experience in cybersecurity marketing in a Flowmon company in Brno. And we have a team of 25 employees behind us. Short about the history, we started in 2009, and we have 12 years experience with VPN solution, network security, and everything. And in 2020, we started the GoodAccess. Okay, our customer base at the moment is 450 customers around the world, and we have covered 33 locations around the world on infrastructure. It's good benefit for us. Where this is the strategy and the challenge. We already have one angel investment, and there is an opportunity to grow up to global company with revenue $20 million and 43 customers in 5 years. Here is the split of investment. We need to $1 million for support the development in first year and sales and marketing, and another year for sales and marketing, which is dominating. Here is the final slide. What we can do is 25 years experience and know-how. Let's do it together. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Let's open the floor now to any questions that anybody might have, and feel free to just write those into the chat.
What is the pricing policy? I can see the question here. Yeah, okay. We have a pricing focused on small companies at the moment. It's about $40 per month. It's average price which company pays to us, and maybe I have a time to share the pricing at the moment. Give me a second. GoodAccess, and here you can see the current pricing at the moment. So we have 2 packages for small business companies up to 30 team members, and one for enterprise, which costs $200 per month. And we plan to add more expensive packages when we finish some necessary features for small enterprise segment in next quarter.
Thank you. Maybe if you could speak a little bit about the, okay, sorry. So, right, what is your next step? Evgeny, maybe you could explain. If you could explain.
Yes, there is one more question. Thank you. What is the next step market? We already sell to the global market, but we need to build up the partner network. This is the way how we can grow. So it's 2 days ago, we just started our partner program for MSP and local IT companies, which already has the good relationships with the customers. They install antivirus software, Microsoft products, everything, and they don't have any SASE product yet at the moment. So we are just approaching to contact them in English-speaking countries and Asia countries. We have some partners, and they will be able to sell very easily GoodAccess to their customers and get from 30 to 50% for each sale.
Peter, maybe if you wanted to.
Maybe I would need to get some explanation of the question. I don't know what do you mean by it.
So it seems to me to be obvious that you're angling to build up sort of small to medium-sized business market and eventually sell out to the larger network players. Is that correct, or do you have a different exit strategy?
Yeah, you mean exit strategy. At the moment, we would like to build you mean 10 times higher revenue to be able to join some global venture funds. We already have some communication with them, like equity strategy. It's covered by people who made AVG software sold to Avast. And we already speak to some investors from New York, inside partners, and they started investing to these kind of companies. They're very interested, but we are too small at the moment. So we need to do 10 times more the revenue in the next 18 months. That's why we are asking for the investment.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Michael. That's all we have time for.
Thank you.
So next up is things for you, Oleg.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
One second. You should have rights now to present.
Oh, cannot share my screen.
So you're not able to share your screen now?
Yeah, because of the privacy, you know. I have to.
Do you need a couple minutes? Shall we move to another pitch now, or?
Yes, it will be better because
Okay.
I cannot share it.
Okay, no worries. So let's move to Mosaic now. Jeff?
Hi, everybody.
Hello, let's... Yep, I'm giving you co-hosting rights. So, should be able to share your screen.
All right. Do you see my screen?
Yes, we see a video of...
Okay, so I'll start. This is a 3D scan of Prague Old Town Square. This was made using our camera hardware. This was made using only images shot from the top of a car. The time of scanning was something around 6 minutes, using a couple thousand images by driving around in a few circles. This is a highly accurate, very high poly 3D model made without LiDAR or any other assistance from any other sensors. It's only from camera data from our camera. So I'll go to our presentation now. Do you see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay, so hi, my name is Jeffrey Martin. I am founder, CEO of Mosaic. We're building the highest resolution, fastest turnaround 3D map of the world. We're building connected AI cameras. In general, we aim to achieve a 10x improvement in capture quality, resolution, and processing time in mapping, for which there are increasing numbers of use cases. So our primary market right now is in the field of mapping, GIS, surveying, and other related industries. But there are adjacent industries such as augmented reality, gaming, and visual effects that we're quite close to. In the field that we're in, the largest companies, the largest tech companies, have made a number of significant acquisitions, and they're continuing to do so. So the problem that we're solving is that mapping the world is very, very difficult and expensive. It's between $150 and $5,000 per kilometer, and that might have a turnaround time of a few weeks up to a few months. At the cheaper rates, it would cost $10 billion to map the world, which is obviously not going to happen. And there's a very fragmented market that we've seen. So there's no one good solution. The way people are addressing this today, the way people are mapping the world today, they're using either the wrong tool for the job, something that's extremely expensive, or something that's inefficient. And we're aiming to fix all of those things with our product. This is our first product, the Mosaic 51. It's built and assembled here. It's designed here. It's a modular hardware platform. It's capable of real-time AI applications. We're able to integrate LiDAR and other sensors for customers who need it, and it's built specifically for mapping, not for other stuff, which makes it an extremely good tool for this job. And as I said, we're aiming to make multiple 10x improvements in these efficiencies. So why are people mapping the world now? If you're not familiar with it, logistics and delivery companies need it, autonomous vehicles need it, the EU Green Deal needs it, and then other industries such as visual effects and gaming needs it. The faster and better we can do it, the more use cases and customers there are. The serviceable, obtainable market that we've seen is in the hundreds of millions of euros, and it's in general a gigantic market opportunity. So currently we're building hardware, and we're slowly moving into a services data collection processing and hosting solutions. We've gotten a lot of traction over the last year. A few of the biggest tech companies in the world are our clients, both for the hardware and for data collection. And we're in conversations with most of the largest GIS surveying companies who would like to integrate our camera to replace the aging competitor. So right now we're building hardware. We've got a 75% margin. We verified the price point of 20,000 euros is entirely acceptable for almost all the customers we're talking to. We're working on some much larger, more impressive, and more costly devices that will allow really stunning image quality and 3D scanning quality. At the same time, we're working on an integrated services model. So from capture to processing in the cloud, we'll have a streamlined offer that will be 10 times faster than the competition, with data being available in a matter of days rather than
5 minutes.
So I'll skip that. I'll skip that. We're seeking at least €500,000 euros to expand our team of engineers and R&D, to scale up the sales, which we've verified we're on the right track for, and to build out our cloud image processing pipeline. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff. So let's open the floor for any follow-up questions. Mosaic this evening.
I see some questions in the chat. Should I don't know if those are for me. What is the pricing policy? No, that was for the previous one.
Yeah, that was for the previous. So maybe I could start with a question, actually a follow-up question in terms of the 500K. If you could maybe speak a little bit about what that would go towards, what you would be using that for. In the timeline. So if it would be for 1 year out, 2 years out.
So we've got revenue in the 6 digits over the last couple of months, and we certainly have enough in our bank account to not need the money. However, in order to more quickly expand the team, especially engineering and sales, it would be helpful.
And what is your current revenue then and your pricing model?
So currently we have one product. It is a hardware product. We're building it here. We are scaling up production. The hardware costs 6,000 euros to build. We sell it for 20,000 euros. We have not offered any discounts so far on multiple units. The price, we've verified that it is acceptable. We not only do most people, and we're not, we've spoken to a few companies who want us to build them a specific product that is essentially our customers are funding our R&D and product development. There's that much of a demand in the market for what we're building. So we've got revenue in the low 6 digits in the last few months. We see selling tens of units of the current device to be definitely feasible this year. The device that we are building that's financed by the customer, that is a camera that is 160,000 euros. It's a very, very advanced device, and we've had inquiries from other companies for that device as well. Mm-hmm. The bill of materials of that is something on the order of 50,000 euros. So
okay.
Not
okay.
bad.
So who is your ideal customer profile, and how big is your market?
So we've spoken to a lot of different companies. There are hundreds of small companies in every country, in every region, who are mapping their region in high precision using cameras and other sensors. This is for infrastructure inspection, surveying, inspection of utility poles, inspection of other types of infrastructure, inventory of street signs, and that kind of stuff. We've seen no shortage of these small companies. Each of them have, you know, anywhere between like 1 and 10 devices that they use for mapping. And then there are, you know, tens of larger companies with a few hundred employees with a few tens of installations. Then there are the very large companies such as Leica, Trimble, Regal, all of whom we're talking to, all of whom sell hundreds of very expensive $1 million devices that include a camera, and they're interested in integrating our camera. So these are the types of customers that we're talking to, and we've made pretty good progress with many of them.
Great. Terrific. Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for clarifying everything.
Thanks.
Okay, so things for you. Oleg, are you able to present?
Yeah, I'm here. I hope.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You do have the permission to. Yes, we see your screen.
Okay, and what you see? Can you see now?
Yeah, we see your screen. We see you in your downloads.
And the presentation itself.
We just see the file right now.
And the presentation?
We just see the file. Doesn't seem to be opening. So another option is I can present the slides for you, but we would do that after. I need a few minutes. So if you're not able to open it
now.
On my side, I don't have. I just have your downloads folder that's showing. But I'm happy to do that for you. I can present the slides for you. So on your behalf. So let's, in the interest of time, let's go ahead and go to Zoltan roboGaze, and then we'll come back to you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Zoltan, I've seen you're back with us, and let me give you the rights.
So now I can share my screen, hopefully. To the
Let's
European regulations. We have ambitious revenue expectations, but it's absolutely in line with our experience how revenue expectations and how revenues are look like in the automotive software industry. And the return of the investment is 4 years. So let's briefly talk about the problem statement. There is a serious number, 1.3 million people who dies in car accidents every year, and most of these fatal accidents caused by simply human distraction and drowsiness. So we are focusing on the top 3 leading death causes: distraction, alcohol consumption, and fatigue, and developing an AI-driven monitoring solution that make this life-saving tech available for the mass market. Since 2019, we developed a prototype which is already demonstrated to our industry partners. And as I mentioned, we received the 300,000 euro VC funding. So we are working now with Hungary's leading car sharing providers and also a European logistic firm to finalize the productization. And we would like to use this CE connector cooperation to introduce ourselves to potential partners and of course to investors. We strongly believe that we have a momentum, as this driver monitoring market is already a $1.5 billion market, and it's expected to grow rapidly due to the previously mentioned EU, and also there is a UN regulation which requires to install driver monitoring solutions into every newly sold car. So we are pretty convinced that the CE Connector cooperation could enable us a fast and cost-efficient implementation of such a solution. Compared to the existing solutions, our USP is that we have a wide range of functionality, and we can run on the edge without even an internet connection. And our solution is applicable for any vehicle type. So as I mentioned, we are working with logistic firms where they are applied on trucks, but also we would like to introduce it in normal passenger cars. And of course, the price tag is also important. We provide our solution for 1/10 of a price of our existing competitors. So what we do is we use artificial intelligence to effectively detect fatigued or distracted drivers. Our advanced solutions gather the visual information, whether the driver is tired or intoxicated. We can analyze the data, and in case of hazard, we can alert the driver, or if there is a need and there is internet connection, then we can alert the operators, for example, for an operator of a logistic firm. We believe in the power of partnerships and cooperation. That is why we are here and participate in this fantastic event. And we are actively looking for not just investment, but also cooperating partners. We think that all conditions are in place to fulfill our vision, eliminate human-caused fatalities. So let's join us and save lives on the road together. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Great initiative. So let's open the floor. If there are any questions at this time, any follow-up questions for roboGaze? Like that roboGaze. Feel free to just write those into the chat. Any questions? Maybe I would just ask a question from my side. What markets are you active in currently?
We are currently working on the productization, so we have not finished our product yet. But we are working on 3 markets, or developing on 3 markets. One is car sharing market. We have a letter of interest and working strongly together with actually all the 3 providers in Hungary. One of them is actually representing in the Czech Republic as well, called Gringo. And we are working with 2 different logistic provider. One is the subsidiary of the leading oil company. I think MOL is also represented in the Czech Republic. And the other one is, I think, Europe's one of the biggest logistic provider in Europe, called Waberers. And we are also working with automotive tier 1 provider in a proof of concept project. And we are actively in talk with the French OEM as well.
Thank you. Who are your current and potential competitors for trucks and passenger cars?
Yeah, there are a few quite well established one. Actually, one of the biggest competitor we have is Seeing Machine. It's an Australian company. but we have a Pioneer, or we have Omron, or Continental. They all have some automotive solution, and maybe the biggest one called Smart Eye. It's a company in the Swedish stock market, established in the 80s. But our advantage is that we are using absolutely new cutting-edge AI technologies, and our competitors require to have very expensive hardwares in order to perform as properly as we do. So that is why we can offer a significantly cheaper product, because we are using the power of artificial intelligence to make this product accessible for basically the mass market.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. We just had one comment in the chat from Evgeny at DEX, try to address to Škoda DigiLab and other innovation labs of car producers that are looking for projects to add the value to the core business. So kind of more of a tip.
Sorry, I missed that.
It's not a question. It's just was more of a tip to try to address to Škoda DigiLab and other innovation labs of car producers.
Thank you very much.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Zoltan.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. So let's move back to Salt.
Let's give me a try. Maybe
okay, I'm prepared to, but do you want to? I have it here.
Yeah, maybe I can try. Can you give me a permit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead.
Do you see anything? Your screen.
Yes, we see your screen. Yes, it's good.
Yeah, it's okay. It's working.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, then I'll start.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Since for you proudly presents you the SLEmod, creating a new generation of lamps with simple function design and modern smart stuffing. What it means? Let's see. The side light emitting module that you see in the center of this picture. This is the Lego brick for indoor lighting. It is smarter, cheaper, cooler, and what is very interesting that the shaping, the body of the illumination is easier to exchange to another shaping or design, and it gives comfortable light, adjustable optimal radiation spectrum without any dazzling effect and multiple shadows, and the original designs of luminaries that cannot be implemented retrofit lamps. It's easy to design and fit with these modules, and it has a smart lighting control also. And we believe that the SLEmod turns the home and office lighting industry upside down. It is the dawn of an industrial shift. You can see the retrofit lamps, the LED modules, the LED strips, and we will change it to a one-star standardized light emitting module, what creates every illumination experience what you want, replacing the existing light emitting devices, and you can change the shape, the design of the lamps as easy as you can change the bulbs at the moment. At the market of the emitting modules, the lamps is definitely huge, and 3D printing them. The investment will be used finance the sales, the mass production, develop the designer tool, and we believe that within 3 years it will be cash flow positive. We present our team. We are not a university startup. We are very experienced managers, engineers, and designers. Yuri is here. Yuri and Lev are the co-founders. We have designers and engineers in the team. And we are now building an advisory board and one of the advisors. And if you have any eager to invest in our amazing product, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you.
Thank you, Oleg. So, are there any questions? Anything that anyone would like to hear more about? Just give everyone a minute.
Okay. Looking for the chat window, but.
And you're in the pre-sales phase, correct? Have you entered into sales yet?
Not the sales itself, not yet. We now to validate the sales channels, the business models, and the markets itself, because you know it's a very huge market, and there are so many possibilities to enter to the market, different market segments, and sell our product. So next 3 months, we should obtain this type of validation of the market segments and obtain one or two segments what we have to focus.
Okay, sure.
You know, from what we have a company already registered in the United States, and it will be a new company established to obtain the funding to investment. It will be the European company.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Might have a question, but it's too complicated to write. The presentation is not really clear about how the product fits into or how you plan to displace the existing infrastructure. So all the lights are basically, you know, linked to a screw-in bulb, and changing that infrastructure is obviously huge. So it's not clear if you're heading for the new market or the replacement market, but it looks interesting. Just might be helpful if it was more clear how you plan to penetrate the market, because that's not clear in the presentation.
I understand your problem. So as you see in the presentation, on the left side there are the traditional products and traditional solutions for the light emitting, and the LED models what you have in this center. They are the traditional models, and we change it to our module, what is this gray thing, and it's a newly developed, a better type of module. It's not a bulb, it's a module, and of course you cannot put this module in the existing lamps. What is the point? So it will change the way of operating of the new lamps of new luminaries. That's why I think that the B2B market is more important for us, because a designer, a light lamp designer, interior designer, who designs a brand new illumination for a hotel lobby, for example, they can design this module. They cannot use this module because they don't want to use bulbs and this retrofit lamps, because it's not needs their needs of the design.
Okay, and how big is it? I don't have any reference point. How big is your module? 5 centimeters, 10 centimeters?
It's less than 10 centimeters.
Okay, so quite big.
So we had a couple other questions for you as well. If you could elaborate at least 2 to 3 market segments that you'd be active in.
Can you repeat it, please?
It's in the chat. Can you elaborate at least 2 to 3 segments, market segments?
The market segments, yes, yes. The biggest market segment is the B2C, the customers, the end customer, like us, let's say, the end customers, and they can use it, these modules and these lamps to, for example, through IKEA or Home Depot, who can develop their own solution with our modules. This is the one market segment. The second is the special design of hotels, offices, big, I don't know, like interiors of stadiums and so on and so on. What is not a standard lamps, not standard luminaires, but the designer designs for one project, one type of luminary, and they can use our solution to design better, nicer and designs. And the third one, what is it's another segment, is the designer tool portal. When, let's say, the early adopters and the creative people who want to design their lamps themselves and 3D printed them.
Okay. Thank you very much. Then we just have one final question about, in terms of your role specifically. So if you're a founder or if you're not, then.
Yeah, nowadays I'm the member of the advisory board. And after the investment, I will join the team as business development director.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I'm happy that we were able to make it in the end. That was a bit challenging.
I'm sorry.
Yes, no worries. Okay, so that brings us to an end of our first CE Connector Demo Day. Thanks so much for staying with us. Apologies that we ran over a little bit on the time. Thank you very much to the 7 teams for all of your hard work and dedication with your pitches. We're a couple of announcements. We're going to be hosting our next Demo Day, April 21st. So stay tuned for that, Business Angels. Business Angels, you can also expect additional deal flow opportunities coming from our other partner countries. So like, as for example, Hungary is here with us today. And we just wanted to say, on a really final note, if you have any interest or questions, or you want to be introduced and connected to the teams, or have any follow-up meetings, just feel free to reach out to myself, Evgeny, or Michael, any of us here at the DEX team, and we'll make that happen. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good evening.
Thanks. Bye. Good evening.
Have a great evening, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Thank you very much. Bye, guys.
Bye, Nelly.